and then let them get on their merry way with this beautiful weather. So first and foremost, I just want to welcome you all to this team. There has never been a more exciting time than now. So over like the next 20 or 30 minutes, what I'd love to do on this Saturday is I really want to introduce you guys to some power players in Isagenix who are men who, Murray has been a mentor of mine for the past 5 years. Mark and I just recently have gotten to know each other, and his story is just so compelling. They're both Isagenix millionaires. One has been with the company for about 7 or 8 years, the other about 10. But I think this is we're a really critical time with the company where we are currently, many of you can vouch to this who are on the line. We are taking off again, just like we did a couple of years ago. We are in absolute vertical growth. There's never been a more exciting time to be here. We have a lot of men professionals coming in. And I wanted to get some of you guys on the line together so that you could see each other's eyes. And I wanted you to hear from some of the men professionals who came before you. And I'll give them a formal introduction here in a minute so you know what they're all about, where they came from. And then, I'm going to let these guys do a little talking. I'd love for you guys, if you're open to it, just share some numbers. How excited you are about the company and where it's headed. And then after our guest speakers, we'll let them go on their way. And I'd love to just challenge you guys to a call to action and what we can do to literally jumpstart your business today. And so that's the lay of the land over the next, 20 or 30 minutes. Just so Mark and Murray, so you guys know who's on the line. I've got a couple of people here. So James, for instance, is a doctor. He just finished school. He's actually close to me. He was recruited through LinkedIn through New, who's a pharmacist. We have Tom on the line. My understanding is Tom is a corporate professional who connected with Kristen, who is a pharmacist through LinkedIn, through the power of LinkedIn, right? Stefan, who's on the line, is also a pharmacist who's been kind of following my journey and really fascinated with the business model over the past couple of months. Chino, who's dialed in, is an IT expert. He's based out of Texas. We have Ojena. I apologize, Ojena, if I totally sabotaged your name. I'm going to learn it. He is a pharmacist based out of Florida who will be moving to Texas shortly.
Hi.
Hi. And I don't want to miss anyone. I know Kim, your husband, was going to hop on the line. I'm not sure if there's Ojena there, and he's in the old pharmacy. Look at that. Awesome. So if I missed anyone, feel free to pop up and speak up. If I missed you, you can introduce yourself. But what I'd love to do, Murray, if you don't mind, I'll kick it off with you. I would, first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about these two guys. And then I'm going to turn it over to Murray, and Murray can turn it over to Mark, and then you guys can go enjoy your weather, and I'm grateful you're here. But Murray, it was a business owner. He owned 2 or 3 financial businesses, bricks and mortar businesses. Very, very successful, chose to sell these businesses, 2 or 3, took them quite some time to get it all buttoned up and sell it off, to pursue this business 100%, locking arms with his wife. They are now millionaires in the company, looking to max out their second business center. We'll talk a little bit about that today, guys, but the income opportunity is absolutely unlimited. And so I'm excited for you to hear their stories and why they've never even been more excited than they are today. And Mark is an incredible story as well. He's a top gunner from Wall Street. So you talk about being a numbers guy, right? He and his wife are both from Wall Street. Both chose to walk out and pursue this business with tenacity. Both also recognized as millionaires with Isagenix, and they're on the road to maxing out their second business center as well. Just to get your brain wrapped around what that is, when you max out your first business center, that's a little over $740,000 a year. As you work towards your second business center, and it's unlimited. Obviously, the effort and the work you put in is unique to everyone, and it's an equal opportunity for everyone, but not everyone maxes out their business centers, right? We all aspire and dream. So with that being said, Murray, I'd love to just turn it over to you for a couple of minutes and just share with these men your journey, your excitement, your thoughts, and just kind of welcome them to the team. Murray's frozen. So maybe we'll go to Mark. Oh, he's wiggling. Are you there, Murray? You are a little bit frozen. Are you there?
I can hear you guys. I'm not sure. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay. I'm not sure if my video is catching up to my audio, but I'll go. Hopefully the wireless signal stays strong. So anyway, you know, this is just a great opportunity for all of you to really get acquainted with what it takes to be successful in Isagenix, and especially with Melissa. I tell people all the time, there are a lot of companies, there's a lot of different opportunities to make money. This happens to be a timing issue that is just absolutely tremendous. And when you take the timing of where we stand right now as a company in our timeline, and where we are with our team, which was, we had a team called Thursday Night with the chief visionary officer of our company, which was absolutely unbelievable to listen to what they're doing now. Talk about a company that is, you know, done almost $8 billion in cumulative sales since they started in 2000. And they're not resting on their laurels. They're redeveloping, they're retrenching, they're going into the next level of development, which we're calling Isagenix 2.0, which is kicking off this new momentum. Not to mention that, you know, the financial instability that's out in the worldwide right now, which is actually driving more people to this type of an opportunity. That, along with having a team leader like Melissa, and I can't say enough about Melissa, because you can get involved in, well, let me put it this way. If you've ever been to New York City, it's a great place to go if you know your way around. And depending on who shows you around New York City, it can either be a very, very scary experience or a wonderful experience. Same city, just how you see it and who takes you through it. Melissa is the consummate professional that has taken on an industry by storm, come into it with literally no experience, dug her heels in, learned what she had to do, and then every single day she's doing the do, bringing a group of amazing professionals together and being consistent, which is key, consistency, and having a way to develop a team. So that's what you're doing now, guys. You're in team development, building a team that is going to create a residual income and create an income producing asset that goes on with or without your efforts once the work is done. You know, Melissa loves numbers, so let me just say, when Susan and I started in the business, it was mostly, I would say, 95% driven by Susan, because as Melissa mentioned, I had a financial services company, I had a college funding company, I had 100 advisors that were independent that worked for the company, I had 25 employees at 3 different offices around the country. I didn't have the time equity that I needed. Knowing what I had to do to get to the level that I'm at right now, it was tough, but I was able to spend the limited time that I have doing income producing activities to make this work. So the first year in Isagenix, we were able to create an income of $90,000 personal income, which was not bad for not being in the industry for 15 years, because we had taken a hiatus. The second year, it went from 90,000 to 440,000. And the third year, we became what Melissa referred to as an Isagenix millionaire, which means you've earned over $1 million in the company. And we've gone on to earn many times that in the last 8 years. That is through team development. It's not because we are recruiting mad people, like going just, you know, sponsoring just dozens and dozens of people every month. It's nothing like that. We've sponsored just a little bit over 200 people, but we've developed those people and we've worked within their warm circles. So it's just absolutely a system that you can plug into. And if you do the work, like I said, on a consistent basis, you can achieve whatever you want. The first business center is the hardest. When you get that, when you get that one built out, which takes the average person somewhere between 3 and 5 years. You got some crazy people doing it in 2 years, and then there's, you know, the average person doing it between 3 and 5, and some people take longer than that. But once you've got that first business center built out, and you've got a residual income of over $700,000 a year, the second business center literally takes 1/3 of the volume to double that money. So I'm not saying 1/3 of the work, I'm just saying 1/3 of the volume that goes through your network will actually increase your income double to 1.4 million in residual. And that doesn't include any of the bonuses and rank advancements and things that you can earn along the way, and the matches that you have with people you personally enroll. So I know Melissa will do a dynamic job going through the compensation plan with you as that time comes, when it's important to you. So I guess really what I just want to get across to you is that you're in the right place at the right time right now with the right company and the right leadership. It's just a question of you doing the work now, plugging in, introducing it to your network, getting your spiel down on how you want to introduce it. We've always taken a top-down business approach to the business of building an income-producing asset, having a plan B, maybe an exit strategy, depending on what they're doing, and then you take it from there. And the people that are open listen, and we have the materials and the tools to build a dynamic business. Is that pretty much what you'd like me to cover?
Yes, Murray, thank you. And just, it gets me so excited thinking about that second business center. I'm just like drooling thinking about it. When you really learn the numbers,
it's crazy.
Yeah, a third that volume. It's really exciting. Yes, thank you, Murray, so much for sharing. You guys, he's a consummate leader.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And I've learned a lot of that top-down leading with the business approach from Murray and his wife, Susan Miller. And it's everything I'll coach you guys. And it's the way you were prospected. It was the business that was presented to you. It wasn't the product, right? The product is amazing. And many of you on the line are clinicians. So, I mean, we could really get in a rabbit hole about why it's so amazing, but that's not why we're on the call today. Yes, Murray, thank you so much. So appreciate you. Now, Mark is an amazing human that I am just now getting to learn over the last couple of weeks to months. But learning his story, we are in Isagenix together and have been for a number of years. Our paths just crossed this year as I was launching this training I'm doing with LinkedIn. And learning his story and the utmost professional that he is, and knowing that he's such a numbers guy, just like Murray, right? Murray's was in finance and Mark's in Wall Street. So these guys, when they looked at the comp plan, that once they realized how unshakably amazing it was a matter of like, they'd go through a brick wall to make it happen, right? So Mark, I would love for you to introduce yourself, maybe share a little bit about your journey, why the comp model blows you away today, even today, and why you're running so hard right now, even 10 years in, already a millionaire with the company. Would love to hear from you too. And you're on mute, Mark, sorry.
I'm so used to doing that. It would absolutely be my pleasure. I get so fired up talking about this. And Murray, you've been a wonderful mentor, you and your wife Susan. So it's a blessing to be on this journey together. As Melissa said, we've really just met. And I just have to tell you guys, you don't know this yet because you don't have the context, but you will shortly. To have leaders like Melissa and Murray and Susan on your team is the most enormous strategic advantage. 10 years ago, when myself and my wife started, it was not about the business. We hadn't even heard of network marketing, didn't even know what it was. And we were looking for a health reset. I was a senior technologist for the New York Stock Exchange for a long, long time, and had everything to do with helping design, build, architect, and deliver the state-of-the-art high-speed trading network for the exchange. So it was a global enterprise. I had 4,000 people on my team. So and the reason that's important is because I had no life, right? So I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was in the office by 6:30 because in 24 hours, 7 days a week, there's only 30 minutes out of that time period when there isn't a market open somewhere in the world. So it was so stressful. So our journey really started product, and to not belabor that, but it was life-changing. And people around us noticed, and it was the most extraordinary thing. We just said, I don't know what this stuff is. Talk to this person, the gal who had sponsored us. And then friends, family, colleagues, team, vendors, clients, all had similar transformations, all different kinds of transformations, but health transformations. And so my wife, being more intrepid and much smarter than I am as an investment banker, you'll find that there are a lot of really amazing women in this industry. Another reason why I love it so much, because I love working with women. She went over the hill first. What is this company? Who is this company? So she flew out to corporate, was invited into a corporate meeting, and saw something the likes of which she had never seen. And she called me that night, I'll never forget, and said, we're going to do this. I said, what are you talking about? We didn't even have time to breathe as it is. And so I built my side of the business literally from the bathroom at the New York Stock Exchange in 30-second increments. Because what you'll learn, as if Melissa hasn't told you already, is that everyone starts this in the pockets of their time. Starts off as a plan B, and it can truly be and deliver to you whatever you want it to be. It is definitely work in that sense. It's no different than a traditional business. And so after that first meeting at corporate, I then flew out because I wanted to meet some of the key players, met the CFO, and it was the CFO that taught us the compensation plan. Over 3 weeks, spreadsheets, and I'm a numbers guy, classically trained. And as I said, I didn't know anything about network marketing, didn't even know what it was. But when I saw this business construct, I really thought I was imagining it. Because I said to Scott, the CFO at the time, is the model really this simple? And he said, yeah, it is. And I said, okay, because when I realized that there was the opportunity, building 2 teams only, looking for business partners, we had the opportunity to create a long-term residual leveraged, one of my favorite concepts, I'm sure you all know what that is, leveraged income producing asset over time. And so I went to work, and my wife was already working. And the key to this, and honestly, we learned this from Murray and his wife, Susan, who are so inspiring. You're not looking to sell product. This is about finding like-minded people. Even though I was corporate, I always had an entrepreneur's mindset. I'd owned businesses, sold businesses, done real estate. So I was informed when I took a look at this. What other approaches to wealth creation, not just income production, but wealth creation were there? And when I found this, I truly thought it was the most brilliant thing I had ever seen. So as we heard recently on a call, this company combines the perfect triad: product, compensation plan, and culture. And I would put us up against the very best companies out there. I think in 5 to 10 years, we will be a Harvard case study, frankly, because the owners of this company have done network marketing right. They're just so inspiring every day. And that's the key. It's a brilliant model, as with so many other things, only if it's done right. So you guys, I'll close it off by saying, at least from me, that you are truly, as Murray said, in absolutely a brilliant place at a brilliant time. Melissa is one of the strongest leaders I've ever seen. She's just super smart and fired up. She is going to be able to lead you guys into this and through this as quickly as you want to go.
Thank you so much, Mark. Oh my gosh, it is so exciting. It is. It's so exciting. And I think it's so validating. It's validating to hear from you guys who you chose to walk away from significant success, to pursue this, for the opportunity to not only be financially successful, but now financially free. I think one of the things that you guys really alluded to is it's not that you guys weren't successful in the past. It's just that you didn't have any time to yourself. I know Murray saw Susan taking off and he's working crazy hours running these businesses and she's having a blast with the culture and the community with Isagenix. And it was almost like, well, I don't want to get left behind.
Little FOMO there.
Total FOMO.
You guys were killing yourselves just like I was, right? And I really appreciate you guys getting on the call today, because what it does, and my goal here is really to cast a vision. And you guys have already made one of the best decisions. You will look back, if you lean in, if you truly lean in and you're truly coachable and you're truly consistent, you will look back 5 to 10 years from now and recognize it as one of the most pivotal moments of your life. And you will have immense gratitude that this opportunity happened and that you were open and that you were willing, right?
So true. So true.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Melissa, thanks for having us on. We'll let you get to
Yes.
your training. It was, it was just great to be able to address everyone. And guys, you're in the right place with the right leadership. So go for it.
Thank you, guys.
You're
really
in the catbird
appreciate
seat. Thanks, Melissa.
it.
Lovely to
Thanks
meet
for
you all.
tuning in. All right.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jeff.
Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just with the next couple of minutes, I really just wanted to kind of cast a bigger vision to you guys. And like I said, just looking back and recognizing it's one of the best decisions I ever made, that you were open and that you were willing, and you were entrepreneurial in your mindset, right? And what I challenge you to do right now, I know you're brand new, right? But what I challenge you to do and think about right now, and I'm going to get pen out and draw some stuff out for you guys in a minute, is I want you to think about right now, who do you love and care about the most? Like, who do you want to have the real estate in your business? Because in the first 3 to 4 months that you build this, positioning is everything, right? And so I want you guys, if you're taking this seriously, I want you to truly think about these people that you want in those first positions in your team, because they are going to accumulate. If you run with this and you max out your business centers, they're going with you. That's what the leverage piece is all about, that you guys will learn about. I'm going to draw a little bit of it out here in a minute. But what's going to happen as you build your business is that volume is going to be rolling through their business center too. So that's why I'm challenging you right now to think about, who do you know, right? My husband, one of the first people I put on my focus leg, residually, right now, he makes about $20,000 to $30,000 a year doing nothing, like nothing. He just gets the money and has to file it on his taxes. So even if it's your mom, if it's your grandmother, if it's a sibling, Jessica Johnston on our team, one of her brothers is in one of her positions and he makes about $500,000 a year. And of course she's making about $1 million, $1.5 million a year. But my point is, I'm not blowing smoke. Like, if you guys are serious about this, I want you to seriously think about who you put in those first couple of positions. And Kristen can speak to this because she's been in the business long enough. She's seeing all this volume come through, and she had this baby she's holding in her hands, and she was out to lunch, which you have the full right to do. I did. I went out to lunch for 3 or 4 months. When I had my third child, I did nothing with this business, but I got paid every single week, and my team was growing under me every single week. She'd send me texts and be like, where is all this volume coming from? I'm like, that's leverage. That's what Murray was alluding to, the leverage piece. So I'm going to draw a thing or two out for you guys, just to give you a vision of what's ahead. But before I do, I read this quote this morning, a couple of quotes that I wanted to read to you guys. This book I'm reading is called Chase the Lion, and it's an amazing book. But the chapter I read was around dreams. And, Murray alluded to the leverage piece. Like, we're in this together. We're building together. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And a couple of quotes that I found this morning said, my destiny is tied to yours. Your destiny is tied to mine. My dreams are your dreams. The more dreams I fulfill, the more I fulfill mine. I want you guys to think about that. It like literally gives me goosebumps. Like, I have never been in an industry where the more I help you become successful, the more successful I become, right? Because we are all tied together, and rising tides raise all ships, right? So I just want to cast that vision to you guys. My major call to action for all of you is to really get pen to paper and think about, who do you know, who do you love, who do you want in this business? And begin reaching out and asking them to take a look. We have an overview every Tuesday night. So this Tuesday, Kristen, who's on the line, and I will be presenting together. And it'll be a fun presentation because I hired her in our corporate job. And I have since left corporate America, right? And she's still there. And she's building this business in the pockets of her time as a corporate professional. So I think it'll be a very dynamic webinar, and we're both clinical. We both have a doctorate. So very validating from a product standpoint. Count on, when Murray talked about consistency, it's that consistency of asking people to take a look, consistency of just sifting for interest. You're looking for yous. You're looking for that 1 in 100 that actually has their mind open, that there is a life of choice. There is a life of freedom. There is an opportunity to do life on your terms. Those are the people you're looking for, right? Okay. What I would love to do, Mark didn't do it on the call, and I thought he would, and he didn't. We talk about 10 to the power of 4, and 10 to the power of 4 is what sets you free and really maxes out your business center. And so the numbers, I'm going to share my screen really quick. What time is it? Okay, I've got 3 minutes. We'll see how much I can get through in 3 minutes. But I am going to, what I want to do is draw. Let's see, hang on one second. Let me stop sharing. I picked the wrong thing. Share my screen, whiteboard. Okay. So what you guys may or may not know about Isagenix is that we give a 6% profit share. So what does that mean? It means for 100 business volume that runs through your center, we give you $54, okay? And that $54 is called a cycle, okay? So I just want you guys to be aware of that. So it's simply profit sharing. 100 business volume is the equivalent of $54, which is 6% profit share with the company. What Mark tends to say is 10 to the power of 4, right, will set you free. So what he means by that is, you come in, and I challenge you, you come in, you want to find 10 business builders to do this with you, right? You want to find 10 people who are committed to growing and scaling this business with you, right? Those 10 people, we're going to then go coach how to do what you just did, right? So when you coach those 10 people to go find their 10 by 10 is 100, right? I told you guys I was going to get this in numbers. Your dudes are into numbers. So I think you'll follow this, right? You find your 10 people who want to grow a business. You say, great. Now I found my 10. You guys now need to go find your 10. Okay. And just trust us with the process, because we've got the tools, we've got the overviews, we've got the verbiage we're going to be sharing with you. To sift for interest, you're simply saying, come take a look. Are you interested? Great. Let me get you on the line with my upline. They can address questions. Think about the process you just went through, right? That's what you're going to be doing. Now, your 10 find their 10. You have 100 people in your organization. Now, it's time to go find your product users, right? If all 100 of these business builders now go find 10 people who need more energy, weight loss, higher performance, healthier aging, who doesn't want a more robust immune system right now through a more alkaline body, right? So if all 100 people go find their 10, so you multiply that by 10, right? You now have 1,000 people in your business center. Am I right? Now, if you have 1,000 people in your business center and they are committed consumers for life, what does that look like? Well, you've got 1,000 people running 100 BV through your business center every month, right? So now you're at 100,000 BV, business volume, per month. Are you guys picking up what I'm dropping there? So if you've got 100,000 BV per month, this is just you. This is just what you've manifested and what you've brought in. That 100,000 BV, right? You're getting a 6% profit share off of that every single month. So I want to cast a vision to you guys. I have about, and Murray alluded to this, I have 5,000 people in my organization. I did not recruit all of them. And this is where I want to draw a picture for you, and then we can wrap up. This is where the leverage comes in, okay? What I've just shared with you is the power of residual. So residual is a little different than leverage. Both of them set you free. So I know I'm getting deep for a Saturday afternoon, but residual pays you out weekly, okay? So when I wake up on Sunday mornings, I can look and see what's going to be shipped through my business center on Monday morning, whether I enroll anyone. These are already in my network. These are the 5,000 people in my network, and their products are going to be shipped tomorrow, and the company is going to, in consequence, give me 6% profit share of that product that's being moved on Monday. So what I'm saying is I could go to Fiji for a month and I'm getting a paycheck every Monday for the volume that's running through my center that I have built. It didn't fall in my lap. I hustled for it, right? Hopefully you guys are picking that up, right? So that's residual. Now, I didn't enroll all those people though, okay? I only enrolled about 200. What I did is I found people who wanted to be financially free along my journey, along with people who needed a health change, right? Every one of you on the line today is open to the income opportunity. These are the kind of conversations you want to be having to actually create geometric growth and progression in your business. Because you can onesie-twosie recruit people for product all day long, which is great. But the leverage piece where I have 5,000 people in my organization, it's because I find one who also brings in another 200 people instead of just one consumer, right? And when that one brings in 200 other people, that volume runs through my business center too. That's the picture I want to draw for you guys right now. And then we'll wrap up because I just want to give you perspective on what leverage looks like versus residual. So, I was hoping I could erase this. How do I erase? You're not learning, you're not growing, right? Oh, there we go. Okay. So we just talked residual. So how do you, Melissa, how do you have 5,000 people in your organization if you've only enrolled 200? How does the comp model work? This is where Mark said when he finally got it, he was like, holy crap. Like why isn't everyone running for this? Here's the leverage piece. I'll use Kristen as an example. So I come in, Kristen's on the line. She's the medical science liaison on the line that's going to be presenting with me next week. Here I am. I come in 5 years ago and I get on my journey and I enroll Kristen one day, 3 years in, okay? Kristen is now on my team. We share a team. Like Mark said, we build two teams, right? So I have a right side team and I have a left side team, okay? For all intents and purposes, we'll just call this left. This is my left team, okay? Now, so Kristen comes in. Hey, I'm about to have a baby. I'm kind of interested in the business, but I'm not sure, but let me go on a journey with your products. I'm like, okay, I enroll her. After I enroll her, I bring in 5 other people off of LinkedIn while Kristen's just eating. She just got her box. She's not sure. She's curious. She's optimistically skeptical. That's fine. By the end of Kristen's 30-day, by the way, there's a lot of people above me that share that same leg, and they're enrolling people. They're throwing them in. 30 days later, all this volume is running, guess what? It's running through Kristen's business center. She hasn't even started a business yet. Okay. Kristen comes to me and she says, holy cow, I've got 2,500 BV sitting in my back office and I haven't enrolled anybody yet. And I'm like, I know, that's because that's the power of leverage. You are on a team leg. And as long as you stay a committed consumer, which means the only cost of doing business with Isagenix, the only cost is you eat the food at a minimum of 100 BV per month. If you eat the food for a minimum of 100 BV per month, you can do that for 4 years and not enroll a single person and accumulate millions of business volume. My Aunt Catherine is a great example. Why don't we, instead of put that L right there, why don't we put a K? Because that's my Aunt Catherine. She is in that position. I looked in the back office the other day. She has 1.5 million business volume on her team leg, right there, ready to cash out, because she's been a committed consumer for life, right? Now Kristen's 30 days in, she sees the volume, she's starting to understand the comp model, and she's feeling really good. Like she feels better than she did before. And guess what? Kristen says, you know what? Kristen actually started enrolling some people. She put her husband in, okay? And then she put in a classmate from pharmacy school, and that made her go consultant. The first step in our business in order to go consultant is that you share with 2 people. The moment you share with 2 people, you unleash the profit sharing. I may be wrong, Kristen, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Kristen enrolled about 5 people in about 2 weeks. So she brought in these 2 people and she kind of got the vision and got the itch, and she started sharing. And all these other people who came in before these people are now getting all this volume, right? And Kristen starts cycling. What is the cycle again? It's the profit share. All of a sudden, she's put someone else over here. And you know what happened while Kristen was on maternity leave? I put a guy in down here who owns an Anytime Fitness. And guess what happened with the guy who owned the Anytime Fitness? I don't even have enough room. He put about 48 people in the system. Guess where all that volume went? Through Kristen's business center while she was at home sleeping and nursing, right? So why is this important? I want to bring you back to my quote that I started with, and that is that my destiny is tied to yours. My goal is to max out this business center. The only way I will max out this business center is if I help you reach your financial goals, right? Your dreams are my dreams. They're intertwined. So I'm here to support you guys. I'm here to coach you. The more dreams I fulfill, the more dreams I fulfill for my family, right? Instead of Hawaii next summer, I want it to be Australia in an Airbnb for 3 months. That's my goal next summer with my kids, right? So I think New and Kim and Kristen would attest to this. But my energy is going to match yours. I will be there for you if I see you showing up. If you're on the calls, you're coachable, you're applying what we're learning, I will be there for you at the drop of a hat, right? As long as you're engaged, I will run with you. I've got my running shoes on. I told the girls, I'm like, you guys better put your seatbelt on because this rocket is taking off. I have not seen this kind of momentum in 3 years. And it has everything to do with the economy. People have never been more open to a plan B. And that is why I am running with my hair on fire. My husband's like, I thought you left corporate America so you didn't have to work so hard. I was like, no, I left corporate America so I could work for myself. Like, I'll work 80 hours a week to make $3 million a year for the rest of my life. I could do that. I can burn the candle at both ends for 3 to 5 years. Are you kidding me? To do whatever I want indefinitely, create a legacy that my children inherit? Yeah. Knowing it's for me, right? Not for the big man. So anyway, I went 9 minutes over. I always do. I'm super, super excited you guys are here. Please, if you're not folded into the LinkedIn Bootcamp, get dialed in. It is proven to be very, very effective. The methods that I'm coaching to, as you guys work through those couple of weeks of LinkedIn, the scripts, I have scripts. If you go all the way to week 5, if you're at a place where you're ready to directly message people, I've got scripts in week 5 that you can pull. I posted a script that I think is really effective on our Facebook page. I challenge you to message and reach out to so many people that you get arthritis in your knuckles this weekend. See who you can get to just take a look on Tuesday. Because here's the last thing I'll say about leverage. You don't have to know this business right now. All you have to do is ask your network to come take a look, because Kristen and I do know this business. All you need to do is get them on the call. All you need to do is sift for interest. That's it. And I let myself get in the way for the first year or two. I felt like I had to know everything before I asked people to take a look, and it slowed me down being a pharmacist, having to know everything. So learn from my mistakes. I'm so excited that our dreams are intertwined and that you guys are on this ride with me. And I just thank you for showing up on a Saturday. Do you guys have any questions before we wrap up and call it a day and go enjoy the sun? We're good?
How do you get signed up for the LinkedIn bootcamp?
Are you signed up?
No, I'm asking how do I get signed up?
Yeah, so Kristen, if you can reach out to Blady, my admin should be able to get you signed up. We just need your email address, and it'll probably come through your spam when you get the information. So you'll have a username and a password. We just completed week 1. So if you can go check out week 1, watch the video this weekend and get through the content on Monday, you'll be picked up with everybody else on week 2.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I gave the info. I gave your email address to Blady yesterday, I think. So check your spam folder. It might be in there.
Yep, and I'll message her right now.
Okay.
Let me ask her. That's to linked and bootcamp. We'll get you in. And there's a Facebook page, Tom, that is affiliated with that bootcamp. And I'll go live in there. I'll go live on Monday. And then we have a Zoom call on Thursdays where I address questions. So it's just a community. What you should know about that bootcamp is there's network marketers from all over the globe, from different companies that are in that group. And they pay about, I don't know, $600 or $700 for the class. You guys get it for free. So don't be confused if you hear people talking about wine or oils or whatever their product is, because that's not ours. But the core concepts of how they're recruiting for the business it's all the same, right? And there are some top income earners from other companies in there. So it's good that we all learn from each other. We're one big happy family in network marketing. So any other questions? All right. Well, you guys go have an amazing weekend or continue working. I hope I don't know, Jenna, if you've got like a long 12 hours this weekend, I hope not. But you guys go enjoy your time with your family, and I'll see you all hopefully on my, I'll have a little live on Monday for the LinkedIn Bootcamp. And then we have team calls on Monday nights. And we're going to get real deep into the comp plan on Monday night. I've got some people who came in about a month before you guys did that are really starting to scratch their head and try to understand the comp plan. So we're going to roll up our sleeves and get deep into the comp plan on Monday night. Just keep your eyes tuned for an email, and it'll be posted in the Facebook page where you can grab that Zoom for 8:30 Monday night. You says, yes. Get a Jenna added too. Yep. And let me add this. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Right.
Thanks for showing up.
All right. Thank you,
you.
Dr. Melissa. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.